Welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a show and a program about the services of Monmouth County. I'm Commissioner Director Tom Arnone, and I'm your host for today's segment. Today, I'm honored to have our county clerk and a very good friend, Christine Hanlon. Hello, Christine. How are you?
Hello, Commissioner.
How beautiful is this?
This is amazing. I'm so happy to be here
today.
today.
Out of the studio.
For sure.
Here. And so it's a very important year coming up, and you have done a phenomenal job. And we're going to talk a little bit about the general election and the in-person voting. So pretty much I'm going to let you handle most of it because you are the guru in this. And you've done great things, not just here in Monmouth County, but through the state of New Jersey. And tell us a little bit about the difficulty, the challenges, and how you accomplished them.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, there's always something new and interesting going on with elections in New Jersey. Our state legislature and our governor are always passing new laws relating to the election process. And one of the interesting things, and actually very exciting things that happened last year, was the new early voting implementation for in-person early voting on voting machines. And with that new procedure came new technology. So I have to say it was a really big challenge to switch over to all of this new technology. Our superintendent of elections and our board of elections, as well as my office, all worked together with the county commissioners as well to invest in brand new technology to implement this new in-person early voting procedure.
But it is a little confusing to people. They don't know what direction to go to. But I will tell you, and I have to commend you and your staff, because you have really put the word out there to make sure that people realize this is here to stay. So let's take advantage of it. Let's Monmouth County be on the forefront of that. And you've done a fabulous job. But it's been difficult getting the word out, I think, and making people realize that this is the new world we're in.
Yes, and actually it's a convenience for voters to be able to. A lot of people just want to vote on a machine, and this was an added convenience for voters that the state implemented. Now, I will say, in the general election last year, which was when we rolled out this brand new procedure, Monmouth County was the top county of all 21 counties by far in terms of voters who participated in the early voting procedure. So congratulations to Monmouth County voters. Our county election offices implemented a massive voter education campaign, which I hope helped with our turnout for early voting. We did video tutorials about the procedure and about the new equipment. And all of this information can be found on monmouthcountyvotes.com. And we tried to educate voters that the early voting procedure is here to stay. And also we wanted them to know what they would see when they go to one of the polling locations. And I wanted voters to especially know that during this early voting period, you can't just go anywhere to vote. You have to go to one of the 10 specially designated locations within Monmouth County. And they are located throughout the county. So wherever you live, you can find a place to go vote during this early voting period.
Talking to my colleagues in other counties, they said that was probably one of the most difficult message that needed to be put out there, that you could live in Neptune or here in Belmar, and you can vote in Neptune if that's one of the locations. And that was very confusing to a lot of people and a lot of old timers that, you know, are noticed and looked at as the traditional, I vote in the town, I vote in my same building, I vote in my school. But you, and I appreciate you saying that we were the best here in the state of New Jersey, but that had a lot to do with your message out there. And I have to commend that because you kept the message out there. And quite frankly, it's paying off now. And it's important. It's a right that people want to vote. They don't want to be confused about it, but they want to pick the person that they feel is best for them. And you're making it very easy for them. And I thank you for how you're doing it. But how does it exactly work, and when does it start, the early voting and all that process?
Yes, so there are two different time periods depending upon the primary or the general. So for the primary election, it's just a 3-day voting period. But for the general election, it is a 9-day voting period. And for this year, it's October 29th through November 6th. and voters can go to any of the 10 polling locations that can be found on monmouthcountyvotes.com, or really anywhere they look. We're going to have it in the newspaper. We're going to have it on the sample ballot that goes out. And they can vote from Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it really spans like 2 weekends, and so that's really the most convenient time for a lot of voters to go and utilize this voting procedure.
How did those places picked, those 10 locations?
So the County Board of Elections picks the 10 locations. If they can't agree, the county clerk breaks the tie, but we really don't have too many problems with that. And they base it on the geography, population. You can base it on the different elections that happen to be going on. But mostly it's like a geographic and population analysis. So last year, and they're going to be the same locations this year, picked locations that were convenient for voters. And as you know, Monmouth County is huge. And we have, over 400,000 voters, almost 500,000 voters. So we really took time, the Board of Elections took time to analyze where it would be convenient for voters all throughout the county to be able to go and vote. And I have to say, based on our numbers last year, I think we all did a good job in picking those locations because we were the highest turnout in terms of early voting.
Which hasn't happened here, but would this be something in the future that, let's just say one of the locations is not productive? For whatever reason, it just isn't utilized. Would there be a thought process of maybe switching that to another area?
Well, I think that each year there'll be an analysis of whether the location, because sometimes the location is not available.
Yeah.
So for instance, the Manalapan Library next year may not be available. It is available this year, due to construction or other reasons. So the analysis will take place every single year to determine what the best locations are. If it's underutilized, if it's inconvenient for voters, this is just an ongoing analysis that will take place. But it's really important for voters to know that all of this information can be found on monmouthcountyvotes.com. We created this website years ago so that voters can it's like one-stop shopping. They can find whatever they need on monmouthcountyvotes.com, and a free app, Monmouth Votes, so voters can have on-the-go information. And one thing I did want to mention, if you're a early voter, actually on Election Day also, just like last year, you will see this new voting equipment, electronic poll books, touchscreen digital voting machines. So it's going to be a really great process. And if you're a mail-in ballot voter, please take advantage of our ballot tracks, Monmouth County ballot track system, so you can track your ballot if you are a mail-in ballot voter.
Well, that's great. A ton of information. I learned a ton today here, and all I know is I just always remember to vote that day. But now there's different types of ways that you can vote, and it gives the ability to maybe even get more voters here in Monmouth County. So I want to thank everybody for viewing this segment, because it's a very important segment. It gives us the information that we're going to need here in November and in March, and just gives people that are uncertain on what we have here. And maybe you could just touch lastly on where you can go for to find all this information out.
Everything is available on monmouthcountyvotes.com, as well as our free mobile app, Monmouth Votes.
Thank you for coming. It was an honor, and the next time we'll try to do it in this great venue that we have here.
Yes, this is spectacular.
Thanks for coming.